Hello and welcome. I'd like to specially thank you wherever you're watching me from. Thank you to all Pathfinders members out there. I really want to say and take out this special moment to say thank you. Thank you for being a Pathfinder. Thank you for dedicating your life to a purpose. Thank you for knowing that there is something out there in the world that is for you, and for understanding that there is a path for you to follow, and your goal in life is finding that path. The path is the goal. Thank you for understanding that, and it gladdens my heart whenever we have the time to share some few things together. And today I trust me, it's going to be enlightening as well as perplexing, right? So be ready, fasten your seatbelt and follow carefully. I've been having a lot of thoughts about some things general in life. You know, if you check the construction of life, really, you tend to ask the question, was the earth created for man? Was the world, the universe created for man, or was man created for the universe? And there are many of us who haven't yet gotten a satisfying answer to that question. And to that regard, I will attempt to answer that question in the next video, not this video. It's going to be illuminating, so you wouldn't want to miss it. So save your time for next section and be obliged to open your mind to the information you'll be receiving. But today, quickly, I want to address something that is very, very concerning to me. And it has to do with the fact that there are many of us out there who are expert pretenders. Many of us go through life pretending we don't know what to do, pretending we don't know the next step to take, pretending we don't know what it takes for us to go and proceed in our endeavors, pretending, just constantly pretending all the way through life, pretending that we don't want greatness, pretending we don't want good things for ourselves, pretending there is nothing out there for us. We know there are things that are meant for us to do, meant for us to accomplish, but we just pretend and acquiesce in our states of failure, defeat, mediocrity, reluctance, laxity, frustration just encompasses us in totality, and we fulfill all our ambitions, right? And that's not what you want to do with your life as a pathfinder. To attack that today, I'd like to bring us into the understanding that, I mean, what is there? What exactly are we afraid of as humans? Life is really a zero-sum game, right? Nobody gets out of life alive. So why pretend? Why waste your time, a bulk of your time? Many people pretend for 20, 40, 30, 50 years. You hear people saying money is not a problem. You hear people telling you that going achievement or influence is not my aim. Then what is your aim? Because the truth is, with money, you can do a lot of things, right? With achievement, with influence, you can affect a whole lot of lives. I believe this one fact, that money really doesn't make anybody, it only amplifies you. So if you're a good person with plenty of money, you're going to be a better person. If you are a person who is crazy about life, you go squander, do whatever you want to do. When you get a lot of money, you're going to be doing a lot of those things. But the bottom line is, money is actually very important, and you don't want to sideline that, right? You want to, if you know you're a good person, then believe me, you want to get a whole lot of money, a whole lot of influence. You want to be in a great position where you can affect more lives, because there are more lives out there waiting for you to step into that position of influence, for them to leverage on your personality to accentuate themselves, right? So don't shrug off the tendency and the possibility to want more for your life, all right? You don't want to do that. There are many of us who talk ourselves out of our greatness. We pretend, talking as though it really doesn't matter. But then, I mean, that's why you should wait for next session, when we will be expounding and elaborating on the whole dynamics of life. Why life? Why? We didn't choose this, right? We didn't choose this. You didn't choose to be alive. I didn't choose to be alive today. It's literally as though we were thrust to the earth. We were thrown or hauled into existence. It wasn't any of our conscious choice, right? And many more things we'll be talking on next section. But then You wouldn't want to talk yourself out of your greatness. You wouldn't want to talk yourself out of what you know is supposed to be done by you, but you find a way of making out excuses for not doing them. You tell yourself, why me? Why should I have to be the one? The question there is, why not you? Why not you being the one to achieve those things, striving for those things? Why limit yourself? You can literally do anything. As I'm talking to you right now, you can make up your mind to pick up any book, do any discipline, read any topic, go to any place, take your life to any level, build up any business. There is literally no limitation to a person, a man, a mind that can conceive and believe in anything. There is no limitation, there is no restriction. So make up your mind that whatever you lay your mind and hand, including your heart, to do, you pursue it doggedly, buffeting all that is not in consistency with your achievement of that ideal until you get it. That's how you want to live your life. Don't talk yourself out of your greatness. Don't talk yourself out of what is possible for your life. There shouldn't be a room for some of us. You have business ideas and then you talk yourself out of it. Somebody had already conceived it and he failed. You have you think you can market yourself better as a person with personal skills now. You think there is a way to market yourself to get to a better state, to go higher, to reach for your greatness. But you talk yourself out of it and say, why do I have to be the one? There are many other people who are striving for the same thing, and if it's that easy, they would have gotten it. And then you don't want to think that way. You want to see the possibility for your goals. You want to see the possibility for your ideals. There was a classic story of a captain and his assistant. They were sailing on the sea, and the captain looked out of the horizon, and then the assistant approached him and was like, "Sir, captain, what is out there?" And the captain made a profound statement. He said, "It is freedom, and not many people will go for it because it is unknown." So you don't want to limit yourself because you don't know what is out there. You don't want to limit yourself because of the fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown. I hear people making statements like, "The devil you know is better than the angel you don't know." Who said so? Who said so? Who stipulated that as a fact? It's not even qualified to be an hypothesis, right? Because the devil you know is worse. The mere fact that that figure is devilish is a conclusion that he or she is worse than an angel, right? So you don't want to be among that group of individuals who think that it's better for me to remain where I am because I am well conversant with what I'm doing. I wouldn't want to stretch myself too much. I wouldn't want to lose focus. It's good to be focused, but what are the possibilities for your life right now that you're not even aware of yet? There was this story, a farmer in Zimbabwe. He was in his farm and then tending to his sheep. He got to a certain area and he saw a cub, a lion, a little lion, right? And the parents were not around. When he saw it, he ran away. And then some time passing by, he noticed that the parents were not coming for it. So he took this little cub and he took it with his sheep, taking them home, everything home, and he began to breed this cub, right? This little lion among the sheep. So this little lion grew up among the sheep, eating like the sheep, looking like the sheep, acting like the sheep, behaving like the sheep, talking like the sheep. You know, everything that the sheep do, this little lion, because he was bred in that environment, he was fostered in that environment, he began to behave totally like the sheep. And then something happened significant to the lion's life, I guess. One day, the farmer took the head out, and the sheep and everything, the sheep food out to feed. And when they were in a certain area, something happened that day that literally transformed that lion's life. So this big lion came out, right? And it was like, wow! Everybody was running helter-skelter. Nobody was standing. The sheep went their way, the shepherd went their way. The little lion was skeptical, but because the sheep ran away, it too decided to run away. It was really not in its nature to run away from its fellow breed, right? But because it had been tended to by a shepherd who kept it in the midst of sheep, behaving like a sheep, eating, drinking, doing everything like the sheep, it ran away. And that happened twice, 3 times. The third time, it was paralyzed, right? So when this big lion came up to it and was like roaring and roaring and roaring, it realized that it couldn't run. It was in a sharp place where there was no room for escape. So it couldn't run, it was in stasis, it was confused, ready to be prepared to be eaten and consumed, because there were other sheep that prior to that time had been eaten by that same lion. It decided that, okay, fine, maybe today is my day to be eaten by this lion. But when this lion came close to this young cub that had now grown a bit, it roared to the lion, expecting that lion to reciprocate, right, to communicate in its language. But the lion couldn't. And then something like, the lion kind of realized that this lion that I am not yet aware of, that is my nature, it's my breed, is actually trying to communicate with me. It's not trying to eat me, because I've witnessed other sheep being eaten, and this was not what transpired, right? It roared, expecting a reply. There was no reply. It roared again, expecting there was no reply. But the lion made up his mind. Instead of a reply, trying to roar back to that lion, it made the sound of a sheep. It was like, eh. And then what? Just confused and perplexed. The bigger lion went back. It came back, and instead of going, it decided to come back, and it roared again. This little lion, former little lion that is now a little bigger, wanting to roar back, it couldn't, because it had spent its entire life with the sheep, eating like the sheep, drinking like the sheep, pooing like the sheep, thinking like the sheep, walking like the sheep, acting, behaving like the sheep. Instead of roaring, it bleated like the sheep, right? Second, third, fourth time, and then it seemed as if if it couldn't identify itself, if it couldn't roar like the lion, it seemed to it at this time that bigger lion could actually eat it up. So he reached forth into his belly and got everything that it had, bringing everything out. First time in that lion's life, it produced a roar, a thunderous roar, and all the jungle everywhere was literally shaking because of the majesty of the roar that proceeded from that lion. Now, the lesson from that story is this: you might have been tended to by sheep all your life, by shepherds all your life. You might know that there is something that is possible for your life. You are not that breed. You are not uniform with that head, right? You are a lion. You've been in the midst of sheep all your life. But it's necessary you expose yourself to other lions that are like you, because they are going to find you. The only problem with your dream is that you're trying to do it all alone. The only problem with what is in your head right now is that you're trying to handle it all by yourself. You want to associate yourself with other people who think like you. You need to leave that head and get into the pride. You need to leave that head. Emphasize, you need to leave that head and get into the pride, because it is in the pride that your identity lies. It is in the pride that your identity lies. So get off from where you are right now. Begin to identify and associate yourself with newer people who have newer ideas. Don't hang around people who all they do when they come around you is complain. All they want to talk about is somebody else. All they want to reminisce on is the past. They have no new ideas. They have no purpose for their life. They have no direction that they're going towards. All they do is whine, complain, talk of all the things that are going wrong and not how they're going to right the wrongs. You want to be in a company of people who, when the situation, a problem presents itself, their mind instantly looks for solutions. Not people who are just waiting for you to finish complaining about your problem, because of course they have their own problems that they are going to complain to you about also, right? You don't want to be in that company. if you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with, that's what you should understand. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with, and if you have 5 foolish, dumb, broke, useless, not futuristic, limited-minded people around your life, you didn't count well. You're actually the 6th person. But if you want to, and that's vice versa, right? Consequently, if you're around 5 rich, intelligent, futuristic, purposeful, purpose-driven individuals, you actually did not count well. You are actually the 6th person. So you want to get yourself into a positive vein, into a positive scale, right? Don't hang around with people who will destroy your destiny. So 4 things. First of all, you need to stop pretending. You need to stop pretending that you don't want bigger things for your life. You need to stop pretending that money doesn't matter. You need to stop pretending that influence doesn't matter. You need to stop pretending that there is no purpose for your life. There is no thing waiting for you out there. You need to absolutely stop pretending about the possibilities for your life that you're shrugging off because of the inconveniences and the demands that accompany those possibilities. Stop pretending. Stop it right now. It is detrimental to your assignment. It is detrimental to your purpose in life. Second thing, you need to go towards newer dimensions. Remember the captain and his assistant. What is out there? The assistant asked the captain, and the captain replied, freedom. But not many will go towards it because it is unknown. You need to stop limiting yourself, not going into newer terrains because they are unknown to you. Stop that. Move into newer terrains. Do things that you wouldn't normally do. You need to stop living a banal monotony of day-to-day activities, just prosaic, and stop that, all right? Look for things that stretch you. Don't aim too low in your life, right? Many people miss their targets in life because there was no target. If you aim for nothing, you will never miss, right? So they have nothing they aimed for, so they never missed because they never aimed, and they never hit because they never aimed. Don't aim too low. Aim high, so that you can stretch yourself, so that you can learn new disciplines, so that you can learn new things, associate with more bigger, better people than you currently have in your circle of influence. Aim high. Third thing, don't talk yourself out of your greatness. It is you. It is meant to be you. You are the person that the universe has chosen for that assignment, and you want to make up your mind to be the person that will pick up the baton, run as far as you can run, and hand it to the next generation. Do not talk yourself out of your greatness. Fourth thing, do not hang around with the ships. Do not hang around with the ships, because you're ultimately going to be the average of the 5 people you hang around with. If you hang around with the ships, you're going to bleat. You will not going to roar as a lion that you are. But you are a lion. Make up your mind. The mere fact that you're listening to me right now is because you know that there is something better for your life. It's because you know that there are possibilities for your life that you're not yet stepped into, right? So make up your mind to get out of the company of ships and step into the dangerous, fearsome, dreading company of those lions. Don't be afraid of them. What's the worst that can happen? Don't be afraid of humans. Don't be afraid of your fellow people. They are humans like you. There are many of us who are afraid of other people. Do not be afraid. If you want help from somebody, go to that person, ask for assistance. What's the worst that can happen? The person declined. But then he that asketh receiveth. So ask. Go out there and ask. Learn from other lions. Thank you for your time. And please do listen to this again and again and again. And if you have something reverberating in your head, comment below so that others in the community can benefit from what you have experienced, right? Thank you, and do take out the time to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like, comment, share to as many as you can see, and find your friends, your family, those who you know that are in dying need of the information that I have dispensed here today. And be in anticipation of next section. It's going to be mind-boggling. We're going to be we're going to be exposing our minds to think, really, because that's the problem with many people. They do not think. They do not think. They just accept things the way they are. There are about 4,300 religions in the world today. And can you imagine that about more than 80% of that number was generational past religious belief. So parents simply toss the religion to their children, and the children accepted it. There are many Christians who don't know why they are Christians. There are many Muslims who don't know why they are Muslims. They're just practicing and believing what every person is saying because they can't afford to use their brains to think. So we're going to be thinking and thinking freely, and our subject for next section is, why is there life? Was the earth created, was the universe created for man, or was man created for the universe? In order of importance, really, what comes first, man or the universe? Anticipate next section, and do stay good and blessed.